Hello, folks. Okay, so for this video, even though chapter 2 is color and texture, this video is just going to be about color, and then we will have some stuff for you to read underneath here about texture. So let's dive in. As it says here, color is really the biggest motivator for shoppers, and it's the first and most critical of the design elements. And it's really important that we realize that color really is a private experience, right? So, you know, your mom, your earliest caregivers, your parents, your grandparents, taught you grass is green and bananas are yellow and the lake is blue, and we carry that through our lives. And when I say we carry it through our lives, you don't learn what shade of green grass is or what shade of yellow bananas are, but you do, you take those personal experiences into your determination of color later. So, one of the things that color does, it's a perception. It's a perception of brightness or darkness or richness. And human physiology and the actual viewing of an environment determine the way we perceive colors at any given time or place. But, there are some relationships between colors and feelings that are attached. And that's really what this slide and the next one is about. There are just color-related terms, right? And we often use these color-related terms when we're grouping merchandise as we're creating displays. And it's really a common practice. Because we use these descriptors that are on this page and the last page when we discuss color. So in the relationship to color, there are there's some science behind it as well. And we know that as the color wheel. And I have a very basic wheel here. There's a more in-depth wheel under this video in a lecture. But there not only is there a color wheel, which has primary and tertiary, secondary colors, but also the feeling of items in the color wheel. So in the color wheel, there are some categories, right? So, the warmer colors are red and yellow. They evoke different emotions, and our cool colors, blue and green, and not listed on this wheel are our neutrals. So the grays and the whites and blacks, browns, tans are not on the color wheel. And again, there's more information on color wheel underneath this video. So some of the things that we need to know about the color wheel, when we talk about complementary, adjacent, analogous, monochromatic colors, again, those definitions will be under this. But colors that are opposite of each other or close to each other are ways that we will use when we get to merchandising. And then again, on that wheel, there are colors that complement each other, right? So, you'll see red and black together a lot, right? But you won't necessarily see, red and purple. Not that they don't go together, but they usually are not colors that we put together. And, with complementary colors, it's really the hue. So that color family is really important to understand as well. And then we move on to monochromatic colors, which is just a single color in different values and different hues and oftentimes in different intensities. And, monochromatic can be all warm colors, it could be all cool colors, or it could be all neutral colors. And again, you will have those definitions underneath this video. So in terms of color as a visual merchandising or a fashion merchandising strategy, retailers really promote different color schemes and stories each season. They introduce every season. There's a new set of colors, different palettes and standard colors that often are combined in unusual ways. And that's one of the key things that visual merchandisers do. So you got a very brief recap in this video of the color wheel, color schemes, and a little bit about color story. So after you've watched this, go back and read the rest of the lecture, look over the the diagrams I've included with color wheels and just the rest of color as a merchandising strategy.